Dragonites. Gosh, it's good to see you guys. You know, I really have missed you guys. I know it's only been a week since we talked in our last WIP and Chat. And this will be WIP and Chat number 4 and our last one officially for the event. I will be doing an event wrap-up video, and in that I will be putting the final WIP parade showing your completions. Those of you who have already gotten your completions to me, thank you so much. If you have not, you have until Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Adjust accordingly for your time zone. And after that, I will not be accepting any more. I will be working on getting the final WIP done. So, the WIP parade done. So, wherever you are in your canvas, or canvases, for those of you overachievers who did more than one project for the event, wherever you are, Friday, just take a pic and just tell me, hey, this is as far as I'm going to be able to get. So, you know, please, you know, use this as my final completion video or completion picture, and I'm happy to do that. I will happily do that, and we will get it done. So, yes, that's where we're going to be. So what I would like to do, this is the last piece I have for mine. So I have just this square left. Whether or not I will be able to finish it by Thursday, I don't know. I'm going to give it my best, but if not, I'll just take a picture of it, you know, open out as is and go from there. So that's the goal. Get a snack, get something to drink. We're going to be a minute because I have things to tell you guys. And then we're going to have the WIP and Chat portion, which I'm going to talk about candy related issues, because we have just about driven dessert into the ground, guys. I mean, this is our 4th WIP and Chat. We have had some discussions about dessert. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the event. I'm very impressed with all of the finals. You guys did some amazing work. Thank you again for participating and for sharing those with me. I have loved seeing them. They're wonderful. So we are going to get to that portion. But I have information that I need to get into. It's kind of a lot, so hang in there with me. If you have to, you know, replay the video more than once, completely fine. So, first things first, so the final copy of the 2025 Diamond Painting with Friends 2.0 event calendar is complete. So, in case you want to have a look-see for yourself, you can take a pic or, you know, whatever you want to do. I'll even put it this way so you can see it however, you know, suits your fancy. This is May. So, as some of you know, Crafty Chef Laura's 2-year celebration of food has been working in conjunction with ours, because we're talking about dessert. So that's been kind of fun to be able to be in 2 different events with 2 different creators using the same canvas for some of you. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, in June, Amy's Sparkling Diamond Painting is going to be doing plant or garden theme. So you can run over to Amy's Sparkling Diamond Painting if that's something that sounds appealing to you, and you can find out all the info and ask her what you need to do to be included in the event, and I'm sure she'll be happy to let you know. Then in July, Crafty Chef Diamond is doing her annual, at this point, Disney event, and Nancy over at Pampered with Diamonds is co-hosting with her. So yay! So that's awesome. You should be following both of them. They're both really fun channels. So if you have a chance, get over to Pampered with Diamonds and Crafty Chef Diamond. Let Nancy and Laura know that, hey, what's up? I want to know about this Disney event. I have my canvas already ready for that and off to go. Okay, and then in August, Arietta, who is the Crafty Witch UK, hopefully you guys have been watching her channel. She does some really fun things too. She's one of our UK people. She's doing Harvest and Home in August, and Jennifer Heim in Facebook is doing the Micathon 2025, which is Micah Jelena art canvases. So if you have a Micah Jelena you've been dying to do, now you have an excuse. Go get over there to Jennifer Himes' Facebook page and tell her you want to be in the Micathon 2025 in August. Then in September, we have 2 people hosting. We have Minz. She's True Vampire Crafts. She is doing Remembrance/Memorial. So yeah, so that's an interesting one. I'm going to ask her for clarification and let you know, because when I hear that, I think about like military or, you know, funeral type things, people you've missed, that kind of thing. But I'm going to ask her just to make sure. I have a Rainbow Bridge canvas I'm planning to do, so I'm just going to ask her if it fits in. So I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know what she says. Also in September, Enza's Diamonds and Crafts is doing Luscious Landscapes. So all you Chuck Pinson people, this one's for you. Any of you who have these landscapes that you've been dying to get your hands on, do it in September for Enza's Diamonds and Crafts Luscious Landscapes event. So keep that going. Diamond Pita is doing breast cancer awareness in October. Now, she has said, she did put out kind of an intro video just to explain things, but she said that anything pink, well, you know I have a pink lady with a pink dragon I'm going to be doing. But anyway, so if you want to do breast cancer awareness, that's in October with Diamond Pita, find anything you have on a canvas that's pink and you'll be able to do that one. Then in November, Hello Kitty, that's Diamond Painting with Jack's event, and this year she's co-hosting with The Lounge with Annette. So Jack and Annette are going to be doing Hello Kitty. And me, I'm going to be doing Luna and Lycan's event. That's your moons and your wolves of any type of variety. So, and then in December, we do not have a paint along in Diamond Painting with Friends 2.0 because they want you to have a good time and enjoy your family and friends for the holidays. Okay, so that's everything going on. I am going to also tell you, if you have any questions on these or you can't get a hold of the creator temporarily or whatever, contact Crafty Chef Diamond, or that's Miss Laura, or Miss Donna at DiamondArtJoy. I will have their contact information in the description box down at the bottom, and they will be happy to clarify any of these events with you and what's qualifying and what's not, and maybe even be able to get you to the individual and respective hosts. So if you have questions or whatever, you can certainly get a hold of them that way. So their info will be in the description box. So that's the first thing I wanted to cover. Okay. Now, also, Diamond Painting with Friends 2.0 is in process of completing their 2026 calendar. Now, currently, there are 5 slots remaining. So if any of you want to, get in there and, host an event, give it a shot, now is your opportunity. There's plenty of support available. Laura's really great about checking in with each individual host each month. Really, you have to, all you have to do is just contact her and, they'll be happy to put you on. They would like to fill those 5 slots so they can get that final calendar printed, and really, who can blame them, right? So, if you want to do that, please, again, check in the description box, email them, and tell them you'd like to host an event, let them know what event you would like to host. You get to decide what your theme is going to be. So you just have to let them know so that they can add you to the 2026 calendar so they can get that printed and ready to go. I will tell you, Neil, yes, Neil is going to be hosting the March, one of the March events for 2026. He's doing planes, trains, and automobiles. So any of you that have canvases with transportation items on them, get them prepared because he's going to be doing that. He'll probably be hijacking my channel to do it. Although I have been told that if you don't have a YouTube channel, you can still host an event through Facebook if you'd rather do it that way. So, if that's the case, just let them know that, hey, you know what? I don't have a YouTube channel, but I do have a Facebook page, and yeah, I'd like to do it that way. Yep, go for it. So, be thinking in your heads what kind of event you might like to host, and then get a hold of them so that they can add you to the calendar. I think you guys should try it. It can be a lot of fun, you know. So yeah, I mean, give it a shot. What, you know, really. And then the next thing I wanted to tell you, a couple of things. So if you have not signed up, now those of you who went ahead and signed up for all 4 of my events for this year, thank you for doing that ahead of time. That helps me plan. I really appreciate that. If you haven't signed up yet, you have time. So our next event that I'll be hosting is September. I'm going to be doing Under the Sea. And Min's over at True Vampire Crafts, her Etsy store is True Vampire Art, is coming up with some very, very cool looking items to have as, you know, for our theme. So I saw a little sneak peek of a tray that you're going to love, just love. And psst, it has a dragon head on the tray lid. It's the coolest thing ever. Anyway, there'll be more about that as it comes out. So there are going to be some collectible items that you'll be able to get from Min's store. In the meantime, you should run over to True Vampire Art and Etsy and just take a look at all the cool stuff she has. Some of the things, I mean, I love some of the things. This is one of the coffin trash drill collectors. It's also a cover minder, and you just take the lid off and you just put your trash drills, and it's very cool, and the lid fits really good. See, it doesn't even come off. So that's from her shop. She also has these, and these come in multiple colors. Well, you know how I am. I'm purple. So I have a couple of these really cute little cup and saucer cover minders, also cover minders. So there's that one. She also has pens, some of the best prices I've ever seen for 3D printed pens. I got this one from her shop, and I absolutely love it. I use it all the time. I currently have my extra 8 placer, my single placer. It's kind of cool. I don't know how this works this way. I guess it's the filament itself, but it looks like dragon scales. I don't know if you guys can actually see how that comes out or not. I think it's an accident, but I like it. Anyway, best price in town, guys, for these 3D printed pens. So if you've been thinking about getting a new pen, or you want to upgrade the pen that comes with your kit, seriously, get on over to Min's. And they're very light. The 3D printed pens don't weigh anything. I mean, they're just nothing but air. So yeah, heaviest thing on here is the placer. So yeah, so if you haven't had an opportunity, and they fit really nice, they're just really comfortable. No matter where you hang on to it, it's good. So if you want to try it, when I ordered this, it was $5. So I don't know what it is now, but I'll bet you it's the best price in town. So go look at True Vampire Arts on Etsy. She's True Vampire Crafts here on YouTube if you want to go to her channel and say, hey. All right, so that is coming up. Another thing that, and so, okay, to finish up what I was saying, so if you want to sign up for the Under the Sea event for Luna and Lycans, or if you want to sign up for Our Better Angels, have a fairy, happy holiday, you have until the 25th of the prior month to sign up for each event, or you can tell me at any time from now forward that you want to be in all 3. That's okay too. So for September's event, which will run September 1st to September 30th, you have until August 25th to sign up. For the November event, which is Luna and Lycans, you have until October 25th to sign up. And if you want to be in the Our Better Angels event in December, you have till November 25th to sign up. So that's what's happening. I think there is a post on my community tab if you're not sure what qualifies, but I think that it's pretty self-explanatory for these particular events this year. You know, Under the Sea, anything under the sea that you would find under the sea is qualified. For Luna and Lycans, a moon in any phase on a canvas, as long as it's somewhere on the canvas, wherever, and or any wolf of any kind, from your standard wolf pup up to your dire wolf to your werewolf. Any kind of wolf qualifies as well. So that's coming up for November. And then in December, Our Better Angels and Have a Fairy Happy Holiday. So that's any winged creature, good or bad, you know, for all you people that want to walk on the dark side. If you want to do a scary gargoyle with wings, you knock yourself out. Fey creatures of any kind. So your fairies, your pixies, your unicorns, your trolls, you know, your Pegasus, you know, fey creatures also would apply. So that's what's happening now. Also, Mushmallow over at Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting. I shared a post with you before and a GoFundMe link for her friend Fluffy. Fluffy did pass away sort of more or less unexpectedly. It wasn't supposed to be when it was, but you know, he was suffering pneumonia, and those of you that know that takes sort of the biggest toll around. So he did pass. Now she still has the GoFundMe open. She is also having a auction for proceeds to go to Fluffy's family. He has a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old who are, you know, are struggling. They're trying to cope with the fact that their father, he was a single dad, so the fact that they're trying to cope with their father's loss is bigger than they are. And so, and the family's funeral expenses are over $11,000, and that didn't even include a headstone. So she made sure that they had a garden stone, at least with his name on it, so that the children would have something to see if they wanted to visit him by graveside, from the entire diamond painting community. So I wanted to let you know about the auction. I did donate some canvases, both some premiums and some budget friendlies. So I believe it's going to run from the 26th to the 31st of this month. So that's coming up next week. Get over to Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting. Both her YouTube channel and her Facebook page are going to have information about it. I will also be posting anything I find out about it on this channel, and I'll be referencing it as well in upcoming videos. So if you are interested in participating in the auction, I mean, this is your way to get a hold of some things. I mean, I put one in, like, for instance, I put in Say Cheese from Raven Diamond Art, which is a discontinued one. So this is your chance to maybe get your hands on some that you missed at Raven because you haven't been able to get in there. Mushy put up several from her Raven stash. So I did also put one up from the one with the diamond art, the mermaid with the golden dragon. So that one will be in there. So along with some, I did some fairly large size budget friendlies too that I thought would be of interest to you guys. So please consider getting into the auction. Mushy is going to be the contact point, and she's going to be the one who both receives the donated canvases and mails out to the winners after the bids are tallied. So please get over there, subscribe to her channel if you haven't, and let her know that you're looking forward to the auction, and if there's something you want to bid on, keep an eye on it, and you know, maybe you'll get it. So please go check out Mushy's auction. Now, also, I am going to be putting out a poll. So we're going to vote, guys, on what other 2 events that we're going to do for next year, for 2026, on this channel. Now, we are doing Walk Like an Egyptian. So we're going to be doing anything Egypt. And we're going to be doing Purple Haze. Anything purple qualifies. Okay? Those 2 are a given. Now, thanks to you guys, there will be 6 more for you to pick from. Okay? So I'll just tell you guys what they are, and then you can, when the poll comes out, which I'm going to be putting up by the weekend, please vote for your favorite 2, because the 2 that are the most, well, you can vote for 1 if you only like 1, but if you like 2, vote for both, because the 2 that get the most votes are going to be the other 2 that we're going to do next year. Now, as far as the months that they're going to be done, not sure just yet. I think probably it's going to be April, July, September, and probably December is my thought process. I'm doing, in the last 4 months of this year, I'm doing 3 events. So I am taking the couple months of the beginning of the new year off because, whew, I need to recoup, okay? And I'm trying to spread them out as much as I can. And because Neil is doing March, You know, I kind of won't be doing my event until April at the earliest because he's going to be using the channel. I don't want to confuse things. So, but we will get them all in. We're going to do 4 next year. So we're going to do Walk Like an Egyptian and Purple Haze. And then here are your choices to choose from, just so you can be thinking about it. Landscape/scenery, quote unquote mystery canvases, dazzling dragons. Yes, you can even pick another dragon event if you so choose. Zodiac, whether it's American or the Chinese zodiac, will both qualify. It's raining cats and dogs. Any kind of feline, any kind of canine. And fairies, pixies, and gnomes, oh my. So that's going to be back getting into the Fae realm in case, if you, like me, have multiple canvases that have Fae creatures, you might have an opportunity to do it. So those are the 6 we're going to be choosing from to pick 2 from to do for 2026. So please do participate in the poll when it comes out this weekend, and please do vote for the one you like the best. Okay? All right, everybody. So that is all there is to know about the housekeeping portion. Okay? Now then, we're going to be talking about all things candy, because who doesn't love candy? You know, I mean, when you think about it, we do a lot of candy holidays around here. You know what I mean? We have Valentine's Day, candy. We have Easter, candy. Mother's Day, oh, big candy. Then we have Halloween, serious candy, and then there's usually some kind of candy for Christmas. So literally most of the year there are months that have holidays centering around the desire to eat candy. So we're going to talk about some candy because, well, yes we are, because candy, right? Got to love some candy. And thanks to Donna, who got me hooked on nerd clusters. My gosh. My non-chocolate candy of choice anymore. I'm totally addicted now. If you guys haven't tried these, oh my God, eat these. You will never ever be able to not eat them. I'm telling you, they're so good. So yes, nerds gummy clusters, love them. Okay, so we're going to talk about all things candy, and then we're going to call that dessert. Literally, that's going to be our we need to wrap up dessert. So that is what's happening, you guys. Okay, so we shall now begin. Okay, here's the overview. So candy has a rich and surprising history. I'm going to give you just some overview points, and then we're going to talk a little bit deeper into some of them, especially some of our, what I'm going to call our legendary candy myths, tricks, and facts for a couple of them. But I want to just get the overview done first. I'm even going to tell you about some macabre type of informational points, just, you know, because I would never overlook my dark side people. It's okay. You're welcome here too. Unless you take over your love of the dark side into the real world and are a serial killer or something, in which case you can't be here. You got to go. But if you're just, you know, just a benign dark side lover, totally stay. Pull up a chair. All right. I hope you've gotten your beverages, because you're going to be here a minute, you guys. I mean, we're already, you know, 15 minutes in, and we're just now getting to the whip and chat part. So we're going to go over the hour, okay? It's okay with me if you have to stop and listen to the rest of the video later. It's perfectly fine. I'm not going to be upset with you. It's okay. All right. So let us get started. All right. So from the top once more. Candy has a rich and surprising history. Filled with interesting stories. From ancient uses to modern inventions, the evolution of candy reveals fascinating insights into culture, technology, and even accidents. The earliest known candies were created in ancient Egypt using honey and fruit to make a hard candy type. Imagine how they had to do that when, you know, Most of your ingredients you had to go pick out in the desert somewhere. Sugar was initially used for its medicinal properties. Ancient Greeks and Sanskrit texts mentioned its benefits for various ailments. Hard candies were inspired by the candy coatings pharmacists used on medicines to make them more palatable. Speaking of palatable medicine, any of you guys remember Cheracol 44 cough syrup? It tasted like, you know, red cherry candy. I mean, I don't even see it anymore. It probably is carcinogenic and we're all going to glow in the dark and have cancer. But anyway, that was a whole thing when I was growing up. You were hoping to get a cough just so you could have the Cheracol 44. It looked like red syrup. I mean, it was good. Okay. So when it comes to inventions and innovations revolving around candy, so the Pez dispenser, you guys remember Pez, which are still around, Pez dispensers, P-E-Z, Pez dispensers. The Pez dispenser, originally a breath mint, wasn't paired with collectible character dispensers until the 1950s. Jelly Belly jelly beans were created in the 1970s by a small company aiming for gourmet jelly beans. I am a Jelly Belly connoisseur because I love them, and I'm not really that fond of Jelly Bellies in general, but I love me a Jelly Belly. Oh, especially because I am such a sucker for cinnamon. I love cinnamon candy, so especially the cinnamon ones. Also like the root beer ones, the chocolate ones, the buttered popcorn ones, hell yes. The watermelon ones are really good. Some of the flavors, you know, I'm sorry. I don't need a jalapeno jelly bean. I don't. I'm sorry. That to me is not something that should be in a jelly bean. But if you like it, I like it for you. So, do you have a favorite flavor of jelly bean? If you do, comment section it so I know that I'm among friends. Yeah. I also like Starburst jelly beans. I just discovered that a couple of Easters ago that they're actually pretty good. Regular jelly beans, no. I mean, you might as well chew on a sugar cube. Same thing. Ugh. So yeah, not my fave, but Jelly Bellies. Love them. Okay. Kit Kat's sections are called fingers. Did you know that Kit Kat sections were called fingers? I did not know that. That was news to me. All right. The name Twizzlers dates back to 1845. That's seriously a long time ago. Good Lord. Did not know that that name was back more than 100 years, but apparently so. Okay. Tootsie Rolls were named after the nickname of Leo Hirschfield's daughter Tootsie in 1896. So that's kind of adorable. Okay, now in the unexpected stories and accidents realm, in 1858, an incident with humbugs, which was a peppermint hard candy, resulted in several deaths and illnesses due to an assistant's inexperience and lack of safety regulations. And that's one that we're going to delve into a little bit deeper, but yeah, that was really tragic. Reese's Pieces gained fame thanks to the movie E.T. Do you guys remember that scene in E.T. where they make a trail of the Reese's Pieces to lure out the adorable little E.T. creature? And Snickers was created as a tribute to a horse. So now you have all kinds of information. You could win Jeopardy, I'm serious. Okay, now there's only 5 of these, and it's just an overview for the most part for this piece. This is macabre and mysterious stories about candy. There's only 5 of them, and they're very short. So, and I'm not gonna go overly graphic, you guys. But if you're a sensitive person, you can turn off the volume right now, and I'll wave like this when you can turn it back on and we're through with this part, okay? For the rest of you, the curious and the macabre, here we go. From unsolved candy crimes to treats eaten only at funerals, these stories are bittersweet. So perk up your ears and listen closely, for the soundtrack of Halloween is coming up in October. And the rustling of candy wrappers, the crackling of chocolate bars, the crunch of hard candies being crushed between eager teeth. This means it's time to stock up on not just your neighborhood's favorite candy, but also some history from our archives, both sweet and sour. And if you're interested in having a copy of these for yourself, it's on Atlas Obscura, ATLASOBSCURA.com. So you can always print this out for yourself should you desire to do that. Okay, here we go. In Malta, dead men's bones, quote unquote, are a sweet spiritual tradition. If you're planning a visit to Malta from the end of October into November, keep an eye out for Godam Talmagin, dead man's bones, or alternatively, Godam ta Novembru, November bones. These bones, which are, spoiler alert, not real bones, are edible memento mori, part of Malta's long-standing month of the dead celebrations. While the outside resembles a large bone-shaped sugar cookie, a bite into the crunchy shell reveals its deliciously warm marrow, flavored with cardamom and clove. So that sounds like a very interesting, spicy, delicious type of sweet treat. So there you go. If you're going to go to Malta, you can eat dead man's bones if you go the right time of year. So there you go. Don't know. Do you guys want to eat something that's named after dead people's body parts? Ugh, I don't know. That could be a little creepy. I don't know. Or it could be fine. Who am I to judge? Okay. The next one. The lost art of Swedish funeral confectionery. In the 19th century, when mourners arrived at somber upper-class Swedish funerals, they could expect to be handed a morsel of ornately decorated hard candy. The wrapper that enclosed the sweets made no bones about the macabre subject at hand, with designs including skulls, graves, and, in one case, a skeletal figure snipping the strings of time with scissors. Today, the art of creating this funeral confectionery has all but disappeared. Kind of creepy, but it's actually, it's a good way of explaining things, isn't it? If you have a skeletal creature snipping the strings of time on the wrapper for your funeral candy, good God. Never think of that being served at a funeral, because, in the U.S., what do we do at funerals when we have the wake part? We go to somebody's house and we have casseroles and, comfort food. So whatever that is in your family, in your area. So yeah, you don't really think of candy being among them, but why not? I don't see any reason why not. All right, so that's Malta and Sweden, in case you're wondering. Okay, now this is the one that says how tainted treats led to a Halloween tragedy in 1858. So that's a while ago, you guys, 150 years. So on October 30th, 1858, William Hardaker opened his candy stall in Bradford, England, and sold 5 pounds of striped humbugs, a hard candy flavored with peppermint. Okay, well, that seems benign enough. Let's see what happens. By the next day, 2 children were dead, and by the time the ordeal was over, more had passed, with several hundreds seriously ill. The extra ingredient in the humbugs was arsenic, oof. But it wasn't inserted maliciously. Rather, it was a combination of a shopkeeper's assistant's inexperience, a helping of careless cost-cutting, and the damning lack of safety regulations. It sounds to me like that arsenic got in there accidentally when it wasn't supposed to, and the end result was tragic. So that was a shame. Okay, next one. The bone-shaped sweets that honor the dead in Spain. Okay, here we go. What better way to remember a loved one them by sharing some huesos de santo, or saint's bones, with them. In late October or early November in Spain, bakeries overflow with these vibrant marzipan-based sweets stuffed with a candied egg yolk paste. The bony treats are typically eaten in celebration of the Catholic holidays Dia de Todos los Santos, All Saints' Day on November 1st, and Dia de los Fieles Difuntos, All Souls' Day on November 2nd. How exactly did Spaniards start eating bone-shaped sweets? Now that's a bit of a mystery. Kind of scary. I don't think I want to know the reasoning behind that, but you know, if you happen to know, share it in the comments and then we'll all know. Okay, the 1980s crime ring that poisoned Japan's candy and never got caught. So this is the last truly creepy, macabre story. Okay. In the 1980s, so not so long ago, a crime ring dubbed the, quote, mystery man with 21 faces, end quote, set in motion a reign of terror by stocking Japan's supermarkets with cyanide-filled candy, kidnapping candy company executives who later escaped, and publishing threatening letters and even unsubtly mocking the police. And to this day, no one has any idea who they were. That, to me, is the scary part. Good Lord. Very, very scary. Usually we, you know, find a way of usually finding out who these people are, but yeah, they never did find out. So that's pretty terrifying. Hopefully they found a way to make sure that they don't consume cyanide-filled candy again. I think that's what our manufacturer's seals are supposed to be. So, you know, if you get, you know, medicine or you know, food products and there's a seal on it, it's, you know, the ones that are always a pain to take off. Yeah, well, they're there so you know that it came from the factory that way and nobody tampered with it. So thank goodness for some of the things that we do to prevent stuff like that. So, okay, those of you out there waiting, you can rejoin us now. We're through with the scary part. Okay, now, let's see, where is it? Oh, I think this page is not where it's supposed to be. Well, okay, well, we will go with, let's see, hang on just a second, guys. I'm sorry, I thought I had these in order, but I was wrong. Okay, well, I think I'm missing a page, but they were this is talking about Pez dispensers. So they had a little tablet. It says there was a little tablet that was the people would put in their mouth for a quick, refreshing treat. Okay, this is Pez. The minty confection became quite popular in Europe and was sold in small metal tins. It wasn't until the 1950s that Pez made its memorable transition into the character dispensers we know today. The addition of fun, collectible figures transformed the candy into a cultural phenomenon. These dispensers were initially aimed at children, combining candy with playful characters to boost the appeal of Pez. The iconic Pez dispensers have since become nostalgic treasures, with vintage dispensers fetching high prices at auctions. They were initially made to hold, you know, they were just a standard dispenser type packaging for the breath mints. But by golly, they saw a way to increase sales and make them cute. So now we have the Pez dispensers we all know and love today. So, okay. So now we're going to talk about Jelly Bellies. Woohoo! Sweet evolution of Jelly Bellies. Okay, in the 1970s, the Jelly Belly revolutionized the jelly bean world by introducing a gourmet experience. Created by a small candy company, it was one of the first brands to make jelly beans with unique and intense flavors, such as, buttered popcorn and chocolate pudding. The Jelly Belly beans' small jelly-like consistency also set it apart from traditional jelly beans that had a thicker, grainier texture. You know, guys, that's really true. That's one of the things I actually like about Jelly Bellies is that they're smoother and easier to eat, and they're smaller. So, you know, you don't have to take a big glob of sugar if you don't, you know, if you just want to have a taste, 1 or 2 is good. You don't have to eat these gargantuan jelly beans. And for those of us with diabetes, it's nice to be able to have a small little taste of sugar and, you know, still have a mouthful of flavor sensation rather than the big clunky jelly beans that, you know, are standard fare for the holiday and whatnot. So, yes, the consistency, if you've never had one, is really good. Okay. The new approach to jelly beans quickly gained traction, and Jelly Belly became a household name. In fact, President Ronald Reagan was known for his love of jelly beans, which helped the brand reach even greater popularity. Over time, Jelly Belly's collection expanded to include hundreds of flavors, earning the company a devoted following and cementing its place in candy history. Yes, and I remember, you know, do you guys remember that President Reagan had a big jar of jelly beans always on his desk? Always. So, yeah, it became quite a thing for a while. The Jelly Belly factory is still open, and they're here in California. They're north of us, quite a ways, and towards the middle of the state. And they offer tours, and they give you free samples when you leave. And so one of these days, I'll have to call ahead and see if I can get my scooter in the door. But one of these days, I'd love to go up there and take the tour because that would be serious fun. I would love to do that. So, and we also have, well, our 99-cent stores have closed up. The Dollar Tree is still here, but the 99-cent store is not. And that's such a bummer because they always had in their candy section Jelly Belly irregulars, meaning they just weren't the perfect shape, or they were a glob, or something happened to them. They just weren't good enough to put in their normal packaging. And for 99 cents, you get a whole bag of those things. Oh, so good. So, yeah, I missed them already. All right, moving on. The fascinating origins of Tootsie Rolls. Woohoo! My father's absolute favorite candy of all time was Tootsie Rolls. So, you know, they have a little spot in my heart just for that. Okay. Oh, I think this is the one I had out of place. Yeah, this is the one that should have been before that. Well, that's okay. Okay. The Tootsie Roll, one of America's most iconic candies, was invented in 1896 by Leo Hirschfeld. This chewy chocolate treat was named after his daughter, Clara, whose nickname was Tootsie. It was one of the first individually wrapped candies to be sold in bulk, and it quickly became a favorite in America due to its combination of a chocolate flavor and chewy texture that was unlike any candy on the market at the time. Now, imagine that, not having any candy that had that particular flavor and texture together. Imagine how amazing it must have been initially, because we do have, you know, similar textures in a lot of different candy now, but they didn't have any like that at the time. So, you know, timing is everything, right? Right time, right place, right time. Okay. Tootsie Rolls went on to become an American classic with its unique combinations of flavors becoming a staple in candy dishes across the country. Because imagine, you know, getting to have these individually wrapped, because, you know, you didn't really get much candy like that, especially, you know, in 1896. I mean, we're talking the turn of the 20th century. So, yeah, I bet that was really a thing, because you could maintain sanitary conditions and have them out in a dish where you couldn't do that with a lot of other candies. So, yeah. The company introduced variations such as Tootsie Pop lollipops. Remember that? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Yes, we know that. In the 1930s, which helped further expand the brand. Today, Tootsie Rolls remain a symbol of nostalgic candy memories for generations. Yep, and they really do, because for most of us that are still around now, they've always been around all of our lifetime. So, it's definitely iconic. Everybody knows when they see a Tootsie Roll what it is instantly. So that's kind of cool too. So, sorry about the barking, you guys. Somebody's at the door, which has set off my dogs. So, that figures, doesn't it? It does. So, just give her a second. She'll probably chill out for a minute. That's Ginger, by the way. She's the one that always decides that she's in the head of security. So, okay, I think she's mellowed out now. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about we are going to talk about root beer barrels. So, yeah. And that's another one, you guys, that's been around for quite a long time. You guys remember root beer barrels? You gotta love root beer barrels. It's the only way you can get the flavor of root beer in a candy that was also fun to eat. Okay, the secret sauce behind root beer barrels. So this will tell you what made them so tasty. Okay, root beer barrels are another beloved candy with a rich history. First introduced in the 1930s, these hard candies captured the flavor of root beer in a small barrel-shaped piece. Root beer, a popular American soft drink, had long been a favorite, and these candies allowed people to enjoy that familiar taste in a compact form. The sweet, earthy taste of root beer paired with the crunchy texture of the candy made it a unique and exciting offering. The barrels themselves have become as iconic as the flavor they contain, often evoking feelings of childhood nostalgia for those who remember the treat fondly. Yeah, they do for me. Do they bring on nostalgia for you? Because definitely feeling nostalgic when it comes to them. Root beer barrels continue to be enjoyed today, offering a glimpse into how innovative candy making shaped the treats we know and love. I mean, think about it. They could have made those any shape they wanted to. The barrel is so cute, though. I mean, it really, it's like you think of, immediately you think, oh, root beer barrels. But imagine, I mean, they could have made it, round like gumballs, or could have made it arrows, or they could have made it boxes or cubes, or, any one of 1,000 things. But it's the barrel that makes you remember it. So good thinking on somebody's part. I don't know whose, but yeah. All right. Now, a sweet twist. The story of Laffy Taffy. Do you guys have Laffy Taffy? We have had Laffy Taffy. I mean, I remember there was a big rush on that. Like, when I was a kid, just prior to when Now and Laters came out. We had Now and Laters in high school. Loved those. I got in more trouble because teachers would find me chewing on or sucking on one of those in class. And we were not allowed to do that. So it was a whole thing. It didn't stop me, though, you notice. I did it quite often. So, I mean, it was worth having to stay 10 extra minutes in class to be able to eat one of those yummy things. So good. Okay. So, the story of Laffy Taffy. Laffy Taffy, with its chewy texture and vibrant fruit flavors, became a household name after its introduction in the 1970s. Created by the Nestle Company, Laffy Taffy was marketed as a fun and entertaining candy, with each piece of taffy coming with a joke printed on the wrapper. This clever touch made it a favorite among kids, turning eating candy into a fun and interactive experience. The candy's name, quote-unquote Laffy, quickly became synonymous with the lighthearted, silly jokes that made it so popular. Over time, Laffy Taffy expanded to offer a variety of flavors and even became a cultural reference in various media. Today, it still remains a go-to candy for those looking for a little laughter with their sweet treat. You know, and I remember that. Do you guys remember Bazooka bubblegum when it used to have like a little comic on it? I used to love that, and I used to use Silly Putty. This tells you how ancient I am. Silly Putty, and I would use it on the wrapper with the little comic on it because you could make it transfer onto the Silly Putty. So yeah, I mean, we had quite a few things that did that. We even had fudge sickles. You remember fudge bars when they first came out? You could get them from either the grocery store, or you could get them from the ice cream man. Remember the ice cream man who used to come down your street? And they used to have a joke or a riddle on the stick, so after you ate it, you could read it. It was or a question and answer. It was on one side, and then you flipped the stick over, and it would give you the answer. I mean, these things mattered to us old people, okay? That was fun stuff in our childhood because we didn't have the internet. So there you go. Okay. The rise of candy buttons, a tiny candy revolution. Anybody remember candy buttons? My dad even said when he was a kid, they'd go to the movies, and you know, they used to sell it, the tape that the candy buttons are on, they would sell it by the foot. So he'd get like 12 or 13 feet, and he'd wrap it around his arms, his body, his head, and then he could just chew on candy all through the whole movie. So yeah. And by the time I came around, I mean, we used to be able to get like 5 feet for 5 cents. It used to be a penny a foot. So yeah, we liked it. It was a good thing because you could not have a lot of allowance, or you could have just spare change or something, and you could still get some candy. And they were rainbow colors, so that was fun too. Okay, candy buttons, small discs of sugary goodness stuck to paper strips, have been a nostalgic favorite for many years. First introduced in the 1950s, these tiny multicolored treats were affordable and fun to eat. The novelty of peeling the buttons off the paper and popping them into your mouth made for a playful candy experience, especially for children. Despite their simplicity, candy buttons became an integral part of candy culture. They've been featured in pop culture, evoking memories of old-fashioned candy shops and movie theaters. Though their popularity has waned somewhat, candy buttons still have a devoted following and remain a symbol of simpler times in candy history. And they sure do. Okay, guys, now this is going to be the, I think this is the last one that we will be talking about. Yes. And this is an important one because we're going to be talking about Pop Rocks. Do you guys remember Pop Rocks? You remember all the myths that went around with Pop Rocks? Exploding tummies and all kinds of things like that. Oh, they had everybody up in arms about that. It was just a whole entire thing. So we're going to read about them, and there's a little bit more info on this one. I think probably because there have been so many myths about it. So yeah, we're going to have a chance to discuss it. Okay, so this is called Sizzling with Fun, the story of Pop Rocks. Pop Rocks are a candy that revolutionized the snack world when they first appeared in the 1970s, created by food scientist William A. Mitchell. These small, fizzy treats quickly became a hit thanks to their unique popping sensation, which was caused by carbon dioxide trapped in the candy. Despite some early rumors about the candy being dangerous, Pop Rocks have remained a fun and nostalgic snack, offering a playful experience for people of all ages. Okay. Invented in the 1970s by food scientist William A. Mitchell, Pop Rocks were created in 1975 by Mitchell, who was working for General Foods. As a food scientist with a passion for experimenting with new textures and sensations, he developed the candy by trapping carbon dioxide gas in small bubbles within the candy. This innovation resulted in the signature popping sensation that would go on to make Pop Rocks a hit among children and adults alike. To create the popping sensation when eaten, the magic behind Pop Rocks lies in their unique chemical reaction. During the candy's creation, carbon dioxide is pressurized and trapped inside the candy as it hardens. When the candy comes into contact with moisture in your mouth, such as saliva, the carbon dioxide is released in the form of bubbles that cause the popping and crackling sounds. This fizzy effect is a big part of what makes Pop Rocks so entertaining and enjoyable. Initial controversy. When rumors claiming it could cause stomach explosions, Pop Rocks faced significant backlash after their launch, with some individuals spreading rumors that the candy could cause dangerous reactions inside the body, such as exploding stomachs when combined with soda. These rumors were widespread, especially after a popular urban legend claimed that a child had died from eating Pop Rocks and drinking soda. However, scientific tests disproved these claims. That means they were not true, people. And the candy regained popularity once it was shown to be harmless when consumed in moderation. For its fun, fizzy experience, the appeal of Pop Rocks lies in their ability to provide a thrilling and sensory candy experience. Kids loved the unexpected pop and crackle as they ate, which made the candy feel almost magical. Pop Rocks became a must-have treat for kids during the late 1970s and 1980s, and its novelty aspect gave it a timeless quality that allowed it to remain popular throughout the years. It was also marketed as a candy that could be used for pranks, adding another layer of fun for children. So in conclusion, the world of retro candy is filled with fascinating tales of innovation, nostalgia, and creativity. From the character-filled Pez dispensers to the popping excitement of Pop Rocks, each candy has its own story that makes it even sweeter. These iconic treats not only bring back cherished memories, but they also show how candy makers use them in their creativity to make ordinary sweets extraordinary. If you're ready to indulge in some of these sweet classics, visit True Treats Candy in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. Our shop is packed with a variety of retro candies, each with a story of its own. Come explore our collection, satisfy your sweet tooth, and enjoy the history behind every bite. So there you go, everybody. So you can eat your Pop Rocks. They're not going to blow anything up. You're okay. And now we know that Pez dispensers were brought about by people wanting to have fresh breath. How about that? Yeah. And now they have delicious little candy pellets that everybody likes to eat. So there you go. Okay, so now you've heard all of that information. And I know we're already over an hour. So let me know in the comments, what's your favorite candy? Do you have a favorite you remember from your childhood? Like what floated your boat in the candy aisle when you were a kid that you may or may not eat now? Let me know what your thoughts are on that. I'm not going to keep you any longer. I know we went long today, but I wanted to get all the information out to you. So please, if you are interested in hosting, again, in the description box, please contact Crafty Chef Diamond and DiamondArtJoy and let them know that yes, you are interested. You heard about it on the channel here and you're interested in signing up. Diamonds and Things, Miss Lois, I saw that you signed up for a couple. I'm really glad you did that. I'm anxious to see how those go. It's very exciting. And so yes, so if you'd like to do that, please get in contact with them. 5 more spots and then they can print out the calendar for next year, which will be awesome. Also, please check out Mushy, Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting is her channel. She does also have a Facebook page. Please check out about the auction It's going to go to a really good cause. This family really needs your help. So, you know, if you're looking for a diamond painting, or you wanted to get a diamond painting from some of these companies and they were sold out, or you missed the opportunity to do that, now is your chance. If you get into this auction, you might find it. You never know. Or something even better that you're going to love just as much. So please do that. And we, you know, might get something really fabulous, and you're helping out a really good family with a really good person who died way too young. Fluffy was only 32, so his children need all the help they can get. So please go over to Mushy's channel and take a look and see if there's anything in there that you're interested in, or anything that you want to participate in. I will also put a link to her channel down in the box, so you'll be able to see it. Just click and go, and you can get in touch with Mush. And remember, we're gonna have I need your completions or your completion adjacents by Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, please. And I will do a wrap-up video for the event. Also, you know, get ready if you are interested in the plant and garden event coming up next month. You need to contact Amy's Sparkling Diamonds, and she will give you the information. And again, you can check with Crafty Chef or DiamondArtJoy and get the information for any of the events that we talked about earlier. And don't forget to take the poll when the poll comes out this weekend, because I need all of your input. Which two are you going to select for us to add to our Walk Like an Egyptian and our Purple Haze event? All right, Dragonites. It was wonderful to get back to see you guys. I missed you. For all those of you that asked, Neil had a wonderful birthday, and he had a good visit with his best friend Jim. It was really nice to see them. I mean, it's funny. They get together and it's kind of like, you know, 6th grade. But it was really fun. We did get to play Dungeons and Dragons, so we had a good time. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And I do have an unboxing ready to film, and a couple other things. There will also be a completion video for me for the month of May coming up as well. So have a great rest of your week. If you're having a great week, awesome. Reward yourself. If you're having a terrible week, go reward yourself. Get yourself something. You deserve it. Remember, always be a dragon. Spread your wings. Protect those you love. Have fiery passion. Stay strong, slay your fears, and always fly high, rise up, and soar, my Dragonites. Remember, you are the living representation of an extraordinary creature. You should be always treated with the utmost reverence and respect. If anybody is doing the opposite of that, remember the words, you are not worthy. And turn around and walk away. They don't deserve your presence. Remember that. All right, Dragonites. Love and hugs to all of you. Thank you again so much for joining the I Will Not Desert You event. It has been my pleasure to host you. Another thing that we're going to be doing, and I'm going to probably do it on Friday, is we're going to do a drawing for the next prize. And then when I post the wrap-up video, we will do the last prize. Miss Jennifer, you should be receiving yours by Saturday. It's en route to you, and I believe I did email you with the tracking information. If for some reason you don't see it by Saturday, please do let me know. All right, guys. Wonderful rest of the week. Love and hugs. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.